Okay, good morning. So I had compiled last week all of the Patriot Football League history records, and I thought I would go ahead, and then I was able to today to get it all typed in. So it's taken me over a week to get all this done. But I thought I would put it in here. Pretty sweet. So again, these are the founding fathers, or these are the teams that are currently in the Patriot Football League, and all the way up to the season I finished. I finished 37 with Dell's game. And then literally in one afternoon, I finished all of 2038, the 19th season in history, with my game, Football Time Complete. And remember, Football Time Complete is a possession based. It's a fast game, possession based, single, basically a die roll for each team. And the whole season is 19 games long, so it'd be like one game of NFL on a week on a weekend. So I was able to finish the 19th season and compile that. And Northborough went 6-1 and won it all. So Northborough now has added a third trophy. They defeated Dayton. Dayton was trying to avenge they were trying to defend their title. Plattsburgh completely fell apart. I did an off season where there was changes to the ratings and retirements, and Plattsburgh lost Agajanian and Treywell, and it just killed them, their quarterback and their stud back. So Plattsburgh, who was so close, just collapsed, and Northborough got their third title in their history at the hands of Dayton. Amazing. So anyway, I'm about to play. I've spent some of the last 2 days, I should say 28 or 48 hours, converting all of the teams to from FOF FTC into Second Season Express. I will be playing the 20th season in the Patriot football history in Second Season Express. But let's take a look at this history. So I also note what game we started. We started with pen and paper football, and in 22 we used that for 2 years. Then in 22 we went to my game, Flash Football. We played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in Flash Football. Then we went to the computer simulator, Pro Football Strategy on Steam for 2 years, and then we transitioned to Grid Zone, and it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons in Grid Zone. We played a season in Full On Football. That's Dell's new game. We did that last week, and then in one afternoon I completed the 20th or the 19th season in Football Time Complete, one of my games, and again today and yesterday converted the teams into Second Season Express using my new player creation engine. So pretty cool. So this league has seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be its seventh system in its 20-year history. So pretty cool. Also, there were a lot of teams that came and went, and I went ahead and compiled all of their records and the years they were in the league. So Calgary joined the league in 22 and went through 36. They were here until I stopped. Calgary would have been a good team to pull over as a founding fathers. They came into the league the same time Mesa and Niagara did, and Calgary was still there at the end. Mesa was there at the end. Niagara was not. So Niagara had folded up shop in 30. So they weren't involved in many years, 33 or something like that. But anyway, Calgary could have been in this league or with Mesa. Could have come in with Mesa, or I could have replaced Mesa with Calgary. And Calgary had a remarkable franchise. 65 wins, 37 losses, 4 ties, but they won 3 championships in their 14 years. Which is pretty sweet. Their latest being 34. Chicago was in for just 1 year. They went 0-3 and folded up shop. Colorado Springs Defenders were in the first 4 years. They went 12-31-1, folded up shop. My brother's team, 34-36, they were in the final 3 years of the season. They went 7-12. They were in the championship game in the final year and got destroyed by Webb City. That was pretty cool. They really shouldn't. They had no business being there. They managed to win playoff game to get there, and Webb City was just defending champs. They whooped them. It was fun as hell. That's Scott's team, by the way. For those who know Scotty, Scott. I won't call him Scotty. Scott. Cat and Mouse. That's my brother's team. Decatur Decadence. They were in for a long time. 9 years? They went 36, 66, and 7. No championships. Jersey Jolts, this is Pat's team, 32 and 36. They started rough, but they started coming on, and they were 32 and 36 were the seasons they were in. They went 10 and 24. Their final year, they finally won the division. Were 4 and 2 before I burned out, said I can't do this anymore. Laurel Lake was in for 1 year. They went 2 and 4. Las Vegas Bada Bings were in for the final season. They went 2 and 4. My team, the Little Rock Diamonds, they were in the first 3 years of the pen and paper. Basically, they were in pen and paper and the first year of flash football, I believe. And we went to the first championship game, lost to San Fran, went to the third championship and got destroyed by Columbia, 55 or something to 7. You can see that game on Dell's channel with flash football. And then I was overwhelmed with being commissioner as we had more teams joining. So I said I'm gonna have to fold up my franchise and just be commissioner. We went 14 and 16 and went to 2 championships in that time. Didn't win any. The Nashville Notes were only in the first year. They folded midway through the season. The Niagara Cataracts. This team was special. I think I misspelled that. Cataracts. I gotta fix that. They were in for 10 years, 23 to 33. Look at this record, 59, 25, and 4. But look how many titles they won in their tenure, 25, 26, 30, and 31. They were also in 2 others and lost. This team had 6 appearances in those 10 years, absolutely dominant. Niagara really was the answer to Columbia's franchise. Brilliant. And right in the middle of 2031, they just folded up. They were 2 and 1, and that was it. Folded up. I think the 33. They just folded up at 2 and 1. So they who knows where they would have finished that season. But the owner, I think, was done. Didn't want to be involved, so that was done. Peoria. I think I misspelled. I got a typo there. I cannot remember whose team this one. This might have been someone who took over for the Cataracts or something. I can't remember if this was just a flip switch from the end of a 35, if they took over a franchise. But Peoria came in for 1 season, went 2 and 4. The Bada Bings came in for 1 year. Again, people trying to fill holes. However, I was burning out, so it was doomed for those. These poor owners didn't get a chance to really enjoy it as I was coming to the end. The Portland Grizzlies were in for the first couple of years. They went 8 and 12. San Antonio Caballeros were in for a season. This is a friend of mine in my role-playing community. He owned a team for a year and just didn't have the time or energy to do it. But they went 5 and 1, so he didn't have a horrible run. He actually finished. I mean, that's when you either want to stop as a winner or stop at least having been even, right? That's pretty cool. San Antonio Invasion came in at 33, and the league actually stopped in 36. Of course, I've resumed it since. They went 10 and 14 in their run. The Toronto Argos were in for 8 years, 7 years, whatever, and they went 25, 44, and 4. Never had a shot at a title. The Tulsa Riders were in for just the first year. They folded up midway like the Nashville Notes. And the Webb City Vipers came in 32. They went 22 and 14, and they won back-to-back titles at the end. So sweet. And, of course, Scott went on to commission and run his Grid Zone League on Facebook, too. I don't know if they're still going. They may still be going. I don't know. But what an amazing history. So lots of teams came and went during the history. I can't remember Chicago's name. Darn it. And I can't remember Peoria's name. I can't remember Laurel Lake. I can't remember their name. So I think Laurel Lake became the San Antonio Invasion, if I remember right. But boy, it's tough to, memories always, you should always be skeptical of memories. Memory anyway, but I don't know, and I've got some typos I got to fix here, but pretty cool getting these records all typed in. And again, I will be starting the 20th season in the Patriot Football League sometime maybe next week with Second Season Express. I've got all the teams made, and it looks like it's going to be great fun. You can see Columbia's record as of the end of 38, 94, 54, and 3 with 5 championships. You can see Dayton, man, Dayton is closing the gap, 86, 64, and 3 with 2 titles. Of course, Mesa has not yet won a title. They're 2 seasons shy. They came in the 3rd year, 57, 70, and 4. We've got Northborough, who had a bad run of luck, so they won it. They upset 9-0 and 1 Niagara, I believe, to win this title. a huge upset, and then did not have a winning season until this year, right here, 6-1, and they won a title. So they went 7-0-2 and won their first title. They won in a huge upset, and then they beat Dayton. And Dayton, of course, in that season ended up 4-3. They were 4-2, lost that title. So again, I'm counting championship and playoff games now, right? As I'm only playing 5 regular season games. Anyway, and they are 67, 79, and 6 with 3 titles, 3 championships. So when Northborough gets to the big game, they're a tough out, folks. Plattsburgh, one of the pillars from the beginning to the end, they did miss 36. Our last year, this is where I think the owner said, or I just lost contact with the owner and I didn't get any information back, so I just took him out of the league. But I resumed when I started this over. I brought them back. They went 5-2, and now thanks to Traywell and Agajanian retiring, they are struggling. It's going to be fascinating to see how they do in second season Express. But they are 75, 69, and 4. And then last but not least, San Fran with us from the beginning to the end. 7th, they won the first championship. They've had a couple of good runs. They had a 9-2 in one year. They couldn't beat Niagara. I believe this was Niagara. I can't remember. They had a 4-1 in one year, could not win the title. They had a 4-2 year, couldn't win the title. And then, boys, it's been rough for San Fran. 1-5, 1-5, 0-6. But they did win 2 in my 19th season that I did on the weekend. Amazing, amazing, amazing game. All right, everybody. So much fun. I don't know how many of you have ever really played long-term career leagues or even had a chance to run long-term tabletop careers. But yeah, it's worth it. If you can do it and maintain it, even if you take long breaks, it is so worth it to compile the records and the history. So I highly recommend you give it a try. It's fun. Or if you even replay, for instance, like with family football, he has every season in history. You could literally do every season in history and collect all your records for your replays, as well as stuff like Downey's Quick Play Football and Patrick Primo's Fast and Furious Football. All the seasons in history, basically, you can now those are fast sim games, but the point is, it is fun to compile year after year records and memories. It's history, it's memories, it's great fun. All right, everybody out there, have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.